Welcome to your weekend focus for January the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. I just heard the front door. I better go see if my mom snuck out and followed me over. Hang on 1 second. Okay, a very pleasant surprise. My son came home. He went away for 5 days. He usually doesn't do that. Um, so it was his return. I thought he was going to be much later than this. So I can't wait to hear about his adventures. So what is the energy for us this weekend? Let's get back to the reading. Did I thank you? Thank you for the beauty you bring into my life each and every day. Thank you, truly. Okay, so new moon in Aquarius, and I think we have the Aquarius moon for the majority of the weekend. So we're really in that Aquarian energy this weekend. So it is time to really step into unique, different, be authentic, be the unique you. Realize the importance of all your traits. Even if you think that it is a flaw in your life, it's really a positive. It's really a positive. You were given that part of your personality or that part of your appearance or that part of your world to show you something, to teach you something, or to help others and teach others and grow others. The Death card. The Death card. Wow, we are really transforming here. We are transforming. And we may see more darkness actually than light. We may see more obstacles than forward motion, which is very unusual for a new moon energy. Justice. Now, justice is, well, Aquarius is the 11th sign, and so justice is part of the master number 11. Justice. The 11th month, the 11th card. So it's really about our balance. It's really about gaining a balance, gaining fairness, gaining justice. Two of Cups. Well, Two of Cups is beautiful energy because it talks about new experiences, new people in our lives, new acquaintances, new relationships, new friendships, new adventures, new opportunities. And we'll get an angel card to go with that. Oh, one almost flipped out on us. So we start with the Death card. So, we're still releasing. We're still closing doors. We're still getting rid of negative behaviors, negative energy, our negative thoughts, our self-talk. People talk about affirmations and, really, truly, you do affirmations all the time. It's just in our human nature for our minds to constantly be going through information and telling ourselves things about situations and people in our life and forming the opinions, forming our reality, our own personal reality of how we see things. So we're always doing it. So when I tell you to do a new moon affirmation or a morning affirmation or do some deep breathing exercises with some powerful words in between, I'll put all those videos in the thing, and I'll put in the new moon in Aquarius so I don't spend too much time and energy on that because I did a special spread just for that. With the Death card, we are allowing something to close behind us, to let go of the past, or to allow ourselves forgiveness, because we can be so mean to ourselves. We're always thinking things, whether it's I'm clumsy, I'm too fat, I'm not bright enough, I should have had more education, I don't have enough money in the bank, the person I'm with sucks. Because if you're telling yourself the person I'm with sucks, they suck. And they're probably telling themselves that about you, by the way. So don't think it's too one-sided. But if you're saying, I'm going to make this relationship work, and for some of you, you shouldn't be in that relationship because they are abusing you, they are taking advantage of you, they are not giving. But where there was once love and tenderness, that started for a reason. That had a basis, a foundation. So many a relationship is worth fighting for, worth straightening out. But you have to be strong. You have to say, this is the way it needs to be going forward. Or see it in yourself of what you need to change about you. And your thoughts. I'm not creative enough. I never have a great idea. Everybody always tells me my ideas suck. I'm not even going to say that one out loud. Why? So they can laugh at me? So that's an affirmation. You are attracting that into your life. So that's why I tell you to be conscious of your thoughts for even just 5 minutes or 10 minutes in a day to bring in the beautiful energy. Secrecy ball. Secrecy, number 1. So this is a lot of inner work this weekend. I wasn't expecting that. Secrecy. We're not going to stand up and tell everybody what we are up to, what we want to accomplish, what our end goal is, what our dream is. Now, the only thing I would change on saying that out loud is if it is a mentor, if it is a confidant, if it's somebody who has already walked that walk and they're successful, then take the advice from them because they got there and they got there in a certain way. So why not learn from the masters? But if you're asking your next door neighbor if you could start your own business and they don't have their own business, chances are they're going to say, man, you're crazy in this economy. Businesses fail. What is it? Like 9 out of 10 businesses fail the first year. Why would you put yourself through that? How are you going to feed your family? How are you going to pay your bills? Don't be crazy. Now, part of that is because that's the way we are conditioned in society. Part of that is because if you do that, what does that say about your neighbor? And his goals and dreams and his ambition and his determination to have a better world for himself. And part of it is because they don't want to see you get hurt. They love you. They care about you. You're a friend. So they don't want to have to pick you up off the sidewalk in a couple of months because that'll break their heart. So go for the advice that matters, but don't listen to common opinion this weekend, please. And so don't open the door for common opinion to come into your life. Meditate, pray, reflect, and look at your goals, your dreams, and your desires this weekend through a very private and heart-centered approach to who you are and where you want to go and what really needs to change in your life in order to do that. Okay, so it's almost like right now, this weekend, for this new moon energy, we get to decide what seeds we are going to plant. And we don't need to share it. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to declare it to the world or even to ourselves. But we do need to understand where our true passions lie. That is the Death card. Where we are held back. Where we have to stop for a moment and see where we are going. To feel the freedom, to feel the liberation. There is a white rose growing there talking about a new path so close to us, but we can't see it. So why can't you see it? Why don't you believe that you are as empowered as you truly are? That was your birthright. What is holding you back? What is the fear? Is it that people will laugh, that you might fail, that you might succeed? You might succeed and it might be easier than what you really thought and you made up in your mind, and now what? Now what do I do? Because wow, I wasn't even expecting this. How high do I have to raise that bar now? What did I get myself into? Do I really want to go that way? Where could it spiral to? Where could I pop out? The unknown. What do we fear about that unknown? I'll be alone. I'll be with a whole new group of people. I don't know them. They don't know me. I'll feel lonely. Justice. I think we really are demanding a personal justice here, a personal balance in our life. So we are grasping for the strength of our foundation, on our principles, on our morals, on our values. So be careful now that we had secrecy, because this may be a weekend where we want to stand up and voice our opinion on, get on a bandwagon here, get on a bandwagon there. Not because it's going by and it's easy to jump on, but we've been feeling it for a while, and today I'm going to make my statement. I'm going to make my declaration. Be careful how you go about doing that. Okay, I think any action, if you have thought it through, it's well planned. But I think after the new moon energy, your voice will be stronger, because Mars will be going into Aries and we will demand the action. And then Venus goes into Aries and throws in that love and that beauty that we are going to create, that we are going to create in our lives. Two of Cups. Now this is towards the end, so Sunday, Monday, next week. Maybe that's where we really plant those new seeds, where we meet that new person, where we find ourselves in that new situation, where life actually does change, that the path then becomes open to us. And don't worry if the path doesn't open up to you this weekend. I don't think it's supposed to. I think we're still looking inside. And so, this step is big if we've had to spend all this time looking inside. So really give it the energy that it deserves this weekend. Because here comes the new experiences. Here comes the new relationships. Here comes the new way of life. Here comes the new stature in the community. Here comes a planned approach to health and well-being, your spirituality, your relationships, growing them deeper, or walking away thinking that you're going to be alone, thinking that you're going to be destitute, walk around the corner and meet somebody brand new, and you can't understand then why you stayed in that relationship for so long. Because, wow, this person is perfect. Let's see what let's go to our angels. I usually do the angels for the weekend, so. King of Gabriel, keep your eyes on the big picture, leave the details to others, experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. I think our heart will go out to, the underdog this weekend, or a group that is in fear of losing their rights or their freedoms. Maybe it will be where we stand up against bullying. Maybe it'll be a week where we look for, fill in the blank. There's so many different causes. I could sit here all day and just say the causes. Genuine concern for others. This is where we make a difference this weekend. We come up with a way of helping our homeless maybe in the community, or our families that are struggling, making food baskets. Maybe it's for the young couple that has 4 jobs and 2 kids between them, and they're just trying to make it work. Maybe it's just your next door neighbor. You go and help them in some way, but there is a genuine concern for others, and I do believe with the Aquarian energy as strong as it is, the sun and the moon both hanging out there all weekend, we are going to take the spotlight off of us and see where we can help others. When you help others, you automatically help yourself. You automatically raise your energy, your vibration. Good things do come to you. The Queen of Gabriel. Wow, we got the royal family with Archangel Gabriel. Talk about strong energy this weekend. So, yes, it's a lot to do with love and relationships. It has to be for the king and queen to show up together. You can do anything right now, go after what you want, the ability to help or to attract helpful people. Raise your energy. Carry it around inside of you, your passion, your dream, your desire, and see what comes in your path. You might be quite amazed. You can do anything right now and keep your eye on the big picture. Don't worry, we'll have time to go over the details. And we'll have time to sit down and strategize that plan. It's not now, though. 3 of Michael, release the past. You will grow from the situation, and time heals all wounds. Release the past. Maybe it's an old way of thinking, maybe it's an old way of perceiving. Maybe it's a relationship or a situation that you've found yourself in that has done its purpose in your life, that it's time to move on, that it's time to move forward, that it's time to break away. You will grow from this situation. Sometimes it takes us a lifetime to figure out why we went through something, but it's always there for a meaning, for a reason. Okay, I love it when we don't have things like the Death card as our first card or the Tower card as our first card, okay? Because I have to walk through that energy too. I don't want to see that energy. I want to see the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Cups and 10 of Cups. But I don't learn during those times. I don't grow during those times. I don't even utilize my empowerment as much because life is easier. The struggles aren't as hard. When the struggles are harder and you still have to remain positive and you really have to focus on forward, that's when you really can tap into your empowerment and realize how you're going to get through it, that this too will pass. So release the past. Release what was yesterday. Start anew. Wake up and realize that that is the first day of the rest of your life. It's not just a saying, it's a reality. So what are you going to do? What shoes are you going to step into? What suit are you going to put on? The 7 of Michael. There's a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review the details. I really do believe it is about people this weekend, relationships this weekend. I mean, with the King and the Queen, the 2 of Cups. So you're not going to just be able to be alone through meditation. And get out there. Socialize with purpose. Raise your vibration. Seek out new things to do, unique things to do, things that you've always wanted to try but you never have. Break out of that bubble. Break out of that box. Think, even if it's just in your thinking outside the box, realizing there is no box. There is a better course of action available to you. There is. Go for it. Believe that it's waiting for you. Working alone may not be the best answer, and review all the details. That's 4. One more. We have the 6 of Raphael. Embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. There you have it. Okay? Embrace your inner child, your passions, your dreams, your love, the love you give, the love that you want to receive. Give out the love that you want to receive. It's the best way to get it. How you love outwardly comes back to you. It reflects back to you. Embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled spirits. So this may be where this weekend we decide to pick up the phone and phone that person that we haven't talked to in years. But they were one of your closest friends at one time. Or maybe it's a relative. Animals. So I think we have a very empowering weekend ahead of us. I don't think that we should be shouting our goals and dreams from the mountaintops, but resolve to make some changes in our life, to let go of the past, to put an end to something, closure to something, a healing in our lives to something, letting go of a bad habit is going to strengthen you, is going to empower you to move into a beautiful tomorrow. And our animal is see through the illusion, the dragonfly. See through the illusion. Where's our book? Here's our book. Dragonflies are so cool to watch. I get them a lot on the creek when you're out canoeing. I didn't get much canoeing in last year. Boo. But they hover over the lily pads in the water. And accomplishments, inspiration, and wishes. Get inspired. Didn't we have that this week? Get inspired. I have realized that the past and future are real illusions, that they exist in the present, which is what there is and all there is. Dragonfly reminds you that there is a beauty within simple things, and passion helps to lift the flight. Now is the time for you to reward yourself for every accomplishment, small or large. Shed the sadness from your soul and spirit so that you can see through the illusion that you have created that doesn't fit the real you. Can't make this stuff up, can you? Pick up some motivational novels, stories, autobiographies, and feel the shift within your vibration. Paste sticky notes around your house, desk, mirror, or even your car, and have inspirational quotes on them. Share your wishes and dreams with your family and friends or friends. Dragonflies can often be found around water sources, and so they represent strong emotion within you. Write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for all the times you have failed. Then add all the accomplishments that you have had and want to complete. It is time to be your true self, the one you were born to be. Dragonflies come in a variety of colors and often are seen as magical. One moment their color may look green, the next blue. The message behind dragonfly is that sometimes life isn't all what it appears to be. See through the illusion that either you or someone else in your life is trying to portray. See through the illusion. Think that and look at that card. See through the illusion and understand that there is a brand new path available to you, awaiting your presence. See through the illusion. The only part here was share your wishes and dreams with your family and or friends. But yeah, we had secrecy here saying, we don't want to be doing that. So we want to share, but we want to share with the right people that are going to support us. And that might be your family and friends. In that case, great. But if you're trying to persuade, if you're trying to convince, this is definitely not, I think, a weekend to really use, but rather go inside of yourself and understand what changes you truly need to make, what things you need to let go of. Forgive yourself for past failures. See through the illusion and get ready to go forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.